My name is Patrick Tolani, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Community Energy Social Enterprise Limited. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight into the work that my company is doing in collaboration with some of our partners locally and abroad. And just to give you a little bit of background to what we are doing, the rural electrification of Nigeria, as one of the parastatals or agencies of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has been in the forefront of carrying out their mandate on how to increase rural electrification in Nigeria. For those who don't know about this, the World Bank and African Development Bank had committed some funds for rural electrification in Nigeria. And I'm also excited to mention that Community Energy Social Enterprise Limited, Cesel is one of the developers that has been selected to participate in this program. But one thing that has come out through our work in rural communities across Nigeria has been that if we want to deploy mini-grids to rural communities without really working on livelihood issues. I brought this to the fore nearly 3-4 years ago, but it seems that people really didn't understand what I was talking about. The thinking, the orthodox thinking, the conventional wisdom when this program started was that when you put in electricity into rural communities, just by itself, it would trigger economic development in those communities. But that theory, that thesis has become a myth, and we've been able to bust it, that it doesn't really work. And I'll give you a little bit of an example of what I did in respect of this. Last year, April 2019, my company deployed a 20 kilowatt mini grid to a group of Gari processing communities somewhere in Ondo State. And we were so excited that immediately this project is launched, they will start to use electricity as against diesel or petrol. But up till now, we've not been able to find anybody that will support them to transit from diesel-powered machines to electricity-powered machines. So there is a gap there. And with that gap, I knew that, yes, it's good news to have electricity, but if we also don't focus on how we could also assist them to have productive use of electricity machine, we will just be wasting our time. And so in September of 2019, my company met in Berlin with the CEO of our partner, who is called Cesel Energy Group of Japan, with another company that is called Little Sun. We met in their offices in Berlin, and we decided that we needed to do something about this issue of productive use of electricity machines. And so we started with, okay, what would be our first area of intervention? Which area would deliver what I would call the low-hanging fruit for us? And so we picked solar-powered rice milling machine. And of course, it has taken a very long time to work out the business model, to work out the financial model, and also the technology. But I'm so excited to inform you that eventually the machine has now arrived in Nigeria. We are doing the installation very soon. You can see the machine. You can see it. They are in 4 components of pre-cleaner. We have the pre-cleaner, we have the Oscar, we have the polisher, and we also have the grader. You see all of them on your screen as I'm speaking. So those are the machine. And then another thing has just happened, which is that in the last couple of years, farming has become a nightmare in Nigeria. Well, to some people who still doubt that there is nothing like climate change, just think very well. The truth now is that the farming seasons don't even exist again, because anybody who is trying to farm based on availability of rainfall should be ready for massive disappointment. And that is what you will see. You see the photograph, that shows 20 hectares of farmland that became completely burnt because there was no water. And this is really going to become a serious problem for Nigeria. No wonder a few months ago, the World Food Program and the Food and Agriculture Organization, they came up with a report giving us a warning that Nigeria is one of the 4 countries that will be having a serious problem of food insecurity and possibly famine from 2021. And so again, we took up the challenge as a company, and what we did was to bring into the country some solar-powered irrigation system. Of course, these solar-powered irrigation systems, they are not cheap. They are not just like the normal fossil fuel irrigation system. But once you deploy it to the solar system, you don't need petrol to work on it again. And what we did also was to look for the technology which is one of the best and most rugged in the world, which is Lorentz pump. You can see one of the pumps of Lorentz. You can see it as I speak. And so we are deploying this for farmers. And one of the things we have done is that we are making this irrigation as a service. So you don't need to own your irrigation pump. All you need to do is go on our app. So you're going to see our app as I speak now. Our app is called Irrigo app. And what the Irrigo app does is that it brings farmers in contact with vendors. So we are creating a platform for vendors who will be servicing farmers, and I'm really hoping that this will be youth. As we know from the EndSARS thing that happened in Nigeria, our restive youth must be put to use. We need to just find something productive for them to do. So we are hoping that we're going to recruit about 15 to 16,000 youth across Nigeria and deploy them to the farming clusters all over the country. And we are hoping to be able to work with the Central Bank of Nigeria. We are hoping to work with NISA and the NISA Microfinance Bank so that we can bring these resources together. And as I'm speaking to you already, we have 2 clusters of farmers in Kebbi State who are rice growing clusters. They are already our off-taker for this program. And we are working to put them on board our Irrigo app so that we can deploy to them. They don't need to, like I mentioned, they don't need to own these irrigation pumps, but we deliver the service to them and they pay for it. So our Irrigo app simply just works like the Uber. With Uber, you don't need to own a cab, or you can go to anywhere you want to go. All you need to do is at a go, you call, you put in your request on the Uber app, and you get the exact locations where drivers are or in your area, and the drivers will come and deliver the service to you. So that's what our Irrigo app is trying to achieve. So the other areas we're looking at is, we're also looking at cold storage. Cold storage is very important because farmers lose a lot of money on post-harvest losses. So if we can assist them to reduce their post-harvest losses, fishermen in Bayelsa State, in Rivers State, in Delta State, whose livelihood is dependent on fishing, if they catch the fish, they cannot preserve the fish. In most cases, the fish get rotten. And I've been to one of the communities in Ondo State where after selling or smoking some of the fish, they bury the rest because they have nothing to do with the remaining fish. And that must not happen. Now, when you accumulate, when you put all these solutions we're working on together, then you can see the nexus between what we are doing and access to energy. And our hypothesis is this: if we can support farmers to have higher income from their farming activities, it goes without saying that their income level will go higher, delivering better life for them. And then ultimately, besides using the electricity for those productive use of electricity, they would also be able to use electricity properly, meeting the SDG goal 7. And then they can buy refrigerators, they can buy fans, they can buy things they can use in their home. Their children can study for longer hours in the evening without any problem. So in a way, our project goes around different SDG goals. SDG goal 1, ending poverty. Goal 2 is that nobody goes hungry, and then we are creating better income opportunity for people. But more importantly, we are also providing access to electricity to millions of Nigerians. Now, what do we need? What do we need? We already have all these things ready. We have the infrastructure done. All we're just looking for would be an organization that could support us to kickstart this program. And I hope we will be able to gain traction. Speaking to many of our development partners, we're going to be having people will be contacting us that they need this solar-powered irrigation system. They need this solar-powered rice milling facility. They need the cold storage. They need the solar-powered oil milling facility. And let me shock you with the information that came from the central bank governor last year. Nigeria, please listen to me attentively. Nigeria, according to the central bank governor, was importing $500 million worth of palm oil every year. That is an embarrassment. That's an embarrassment. So we have seen the way that those things work, and we can definitely turn the hand of the clock around. We can turn it around. Nigeria can only in the future move on from being self-sufficient in oil palm milling. I'm also aware of some of the work that some of our development partners are doing, even around the planting and processing of cashew. And if you go to Kogi State, wow, they are massive with cashew production. How do we assist them to process this very valuable commodity? So this is where Cesel is coming in. We are not just throwing this out for people who want to take advantage of this, but we also want our colleagues who are mini-grid developers to speak to us. If you have any community with any of these potentials, just come to us. We're going to help you around how to deploy to those communities. we are working to have investors that we will have access to financing so that you can depend on us to help you with the deployment or productive use of electricity machine across any location in Nigeria. So this is what Cesel is doing, and I really hope you will see us as your partner. We are not in competition with anybody. All we just want to do is to say we have this solution. If you integrate this solution into your mini grid project, your mini grid will be more viable, it will be commercially viable, and you will also deliver social impact in those communities. So thank you so much for listening to this documentary, and I hope you will take the action. You will see our website, you see my email address and my telephone number on the screen. So please make sure you contact us as we go ahead with this project. Thank you very much.